In our modern work environment, virtual meetings are the norm. Many times, because of distance or some of the challenges that we faced during the pandemic, virtual meetings are ways that we communicate almost as if we were face to face. So it's very important that when having a virtual meeting, we use a set of professional etiquette that ensure that we're always successful in our meetings. The first one, although however simple it might sound, is to check your equipment. Take a second, about 4 to 5 minutes before any virtual meeting, and make sure that your camera, your microphone, as well as any additional lighting or other equipment that you have, works exactly the way you intended it. It's really horrible to have your equipment break down inside of a meeting and waste valuable time that should be designated in order to moving our organization forward in order to fix equipment failures that could have been avoided. Another key point is to stay present. You know, we have these meetings in a multiple variety of environments. You can be home, you can be in a shared office, and it's very common for people to come up and speak with you or for a child to enter the room. It's very important that you choose a space where you can be uninterrupted for the meeting and where you can give your focus and attention to the meeting. A very good practice is to act as if the person you're talking to is less than 13 inches in front of your face. And then ask yourself, would you still carry on the same type of actions if that person was sitting there right in front of you? Acting accordingly and being present in a virtual meeting is paramount to success in the meeting itself. That also leads us to a basic construct. No food. Yeah, I know. In some of our real meetings, we might have pizza, we might sit down and have food, but in a virtual meeting, because you're not able to share, then it doesn't seem appropriate. That's a joke. But the truth of the matter is, because you are eating, making noises and other distractions, it becomes a distraction. In a virtual meeting, it is almost never okay to eat food or to take in excessive amounts of drink while you're having the meeting. If necessary, plan your meeting so you have breaks within reasonable periods if it's too long, so that you can do those types of things. The second thing, or should I say the fourth thing, is to mute your microphone when you're not talking. This is a common courtesy. It's just akin to when someone is speaking, not to speak over them. When you're not talking in a virtual meeting, mute your microphone so that background noises and other things don't distract the person who's speaking, and so the proper attention can be given to the proper person who's delivering the information inside of that meeting. Also, be aware of your surroundings. It's very common that things can go on behind you. It's very common that other things can happen. Very common that loud noises can shock or change things. You might also be having a virtual meeting in an airport or in another place that's very noisy. Be aware of that. And remember that when your microphone is off, when your camera is on, that all the other distractions are happening. Make the best judgment possible in the full awareness of your surroundings on what to do with controlling your equipment throughout the meeting. Also, it's necessary to dress appropriately. Now, we all know the old adage of sitting at home in your bathrobe with slippers and having a conversation over the virtual space. You know, even though that's a very possible and very realistic, it's always best to come well dressed to a virtual meeting. Always anticipate that you should have to show yourself in a virtual meeting. The camera gives us the ability to become attached and makes the meeting feel less disconnected. So taking the time to dress appropriately and present yourself is a necessity within our organization, whether you be a partner, a customer, or an employee. Last but not least, avoid making any other distractions on your own. For instance, being on the keyboard constantly. Now, it's one thing if you're presenting your screen, that's okay. But if you're simply just trying to type out a letter or do something on the same computer that you're having the virtual meeting with, it can be a huge distraction that will basically destroy the entire purpose of your meeting. It also comes off as extremely unprofessional. If you follow some of these etiquettes, pretty sure you have some excellent meetings, and we will have excellent, productive virtual meetings.